Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
It's just go out there and give it your all every time. And
when you're young and you get in the old man Superstock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Nanny. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?
Hey everyone, welcome along once again to another exciting Wednesday show here on Kokpit Racing and Media Facebook page, also live on our other channels if you got connection to Twitch TV, let alone YouTube as well. Welcome to all of you viewing and looking forward to, as I say, a wonderful show right through to around 8:30. Interesting show. We're going to be traveling down to the bottom of the beautiful South Island, and also we're going to head over to the UK, which everyone's talking about. Our Kiwi contingent of drivers over there representing our country and doing well at the moment. But Shed Night also brings in my good friend, as you would have heard him last Sunday, calling the live stream. And he let out another word that he normally uses. This time it wasn't hootenanny too. My good mate Booker's with us. Hey, Books.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I think I didn't realise I got a bit too excited, I think, on that stream. And had a few sayings I hadn't said in a while, and I'm getting a bit of stick over that. But that's all right, though, mate. That's what it's all about. Shit, it was a good night. Man, there was some big hits and some great racing in that teams event, wasn't there? And those, just everybody was on a sort of even par, and some of those races came down to the last corner type thing, you know. So yeah, it's the old holy snap and duck shit was a was a new one, the hootenanny and that. So yeah, but mate, what a night it was, and we got our finals coming up this Sunday. It's looking good, man. It's going to be one hell of a race meeting. And then we're doing probably a couple of different teams events at other tracks too. So that looks promising, mate. But yeah, I mean, we've been watching the old interweb this week, haven't we? And seeing all the updates coming from Mitch's crew, and is it Shan's with Sparky? I think it is. It's been posting up pictures and keeping everything going, and I mean the coverage and the support for our Kiwi contingent over there in UK, mate. It's pretty strong, isn't it?
It is, you know, we've seen not what we wanted to see, of course, from Asher and his car pretty well getting all mangled up the front end of it. There's been a bit of work being done on that. Bex is out there doing their thing in her car. Even Dad actually got into a car from the late 80s that, of course, Graham had to build and did a bit of working on. But just good to see they've enjoyed themselves. And I tell you who impressed me was the guy we're going to catch up with now, Mitch Vickery, with a bit of an edited video that he did when he arrived in the country, of course, at the airport and everything like that. And we might as well head over to Mitch because it's Wednesday morning.
Before we do that, Kins, I thought I'd just show people the pictures that we got sent from Asher about his car so people can see that. Changes a bit of the view. So I'll just quickly bring that in and let's let people see. This is what Asher's dealing with at the moment, so he probably won't make the show tonight, but let me bring it in and show people, Kin. So there we go, people. That's what Asher Rees is dealing with at the moment. He had a bit of a whoopsie, but we'll get Mitch to explain how this happens, because he's telling us beforehand, wasn't he, Kins, what...
Yeah, it's the track and how the track has actually got stuff around the walls as such. And Mitch will clarify some of that. And if you've been following Asher on his page, you'll see there's an interview with him on the infield about things as well in the front end of the car. But let's bring Mitch in because it's Wednesday morning, 8:30, I think. Just gone 8:30. Hey, Mitch. Morning, mate.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, good. I know you got things you got to be doing soon, mate, but we just saw the images of Asher. Look, I know he was going out to jump behind the wheel to race, but it looks like he's going to be doing what Asher does and doing a bit of work on the steel around the car.
Yeah. He on Sunday had a bit of a whoopsie at Sheffield. It's post and wire, so no wall, just I-beams with wire ropes around the outside, and he clipped one of them going down the straight and tore that front end off and snapped the chassis leg out of it. So he's got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, bit of work to be done, mate. But let's talk about your journey over there. How's it been going today since you've been there a few weeks now?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, like you was mentioned, made those videos. We went into Venray when we first got here for a look. That's a big tarmac track over in Holland. It was their Gold Cup weekend, so that's that's their biggest, kind of their New Zealand champs. You know, the equivalent over there. Went and had a look. It's cool to check that out. Totally different to home, obviously being tarmac, but also that venue's a lot different to here in the UK as well. So it's a really big tarmac track and awesome venue. Big stands and all tar seal pits and all that, so awesome place. And yeah, obviously got into some racing on the weekend at Bradford, running the V8 and the F1, so it's good to get some seat time there.
Yeah. For those viewers who are kind of just tuned in, welcome to you all, by the way, who've jumped in. I'll get to your comments soon, but, you know, just in comparison to what we're so used to back here in New Zealand, obviously we know the cars are a lot different, but what about the track itself? You talk tarmac, and then there's the shale side of things. You got the different perspective on wings, different engine sizes. The whole makeup is really different.
Yeah, so this year, all us Kiwis will be racing shale. I don't think anyone's doing tarmac. Last year when I was here, the world final was on tarmac, so I had to do a bit of both. I guess with not having tarmac at home, it's definitely an extra challenge when we come here. It's tarmac's quite difficult, especially last year. It was wet at the world final. It's insane. It's the hardest thing I've driven as far as needing to be smooth, and your cars just need to be that much more perfect and precise on the tarmac. So shale's better for us, I think. And yeah, Bradford, I quite like it there. It can be a challenging track. I kind of explained that in one of my videos also. That corner I was standing in, the race line, you pretty much have to go in real hard and you go right up, almost touch the wall in the middle of the corner, cut back across. So the problems here, they kind of think it's a damaged track really, because when you get it wrong, it's always a mess. You get stuffed into the wall and you're parked out there. Everyone's going to drive through you because that's where the race line is. There's no room for anything else.
I'm looking at that particular photo you're talking about, Mitch, where you're standing there with the Cowling t-shirt on and whatnot. I'm looking at those buildings that are on those stands. Is that going back to what, the 70s, 80s? What the hell's that about?
Oh, was it the one up above the track?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a big. I haven't been up there. I think it's like the bar or like a big corporate area. But yeah, it's quite a weird feeling, especially last year when I first come here. The poles that hold that building up, it's like right behind the wall. Like it is a little bit away, but when you're racing the car, it feels like you're driving at it. It's a weird feeling, but no, it's a cool track, Bradford. I do really like it there. It's the two corners are completely different, so it's not the same shape as Rotorua, but the same concept of having two completely different corners to get your head around makes it a bit of a challenge. Northampton, that's where we're heading for the F1 World Final. That's more of a clay track, so it's probably about as close to New Zealand as you can get over here. So I think it's one of the better years for us Kiwis to be here.
Yeah,
that's cool, mate.
Have you had a chance to catch up with the other Kiwis that are over there with you?
Yeah, I've caught up with them at the track and whatnot, but during the week and stuff, not so much. I mean, the country's so big here, you know. So we've got to say we'll go over to England race, but you essentially got, you know, some of them are in Auckland, some of them are in Wellington. That's how far everything's so far apart. So, yeah, haven't caught up with them during the week. But yeah, I might call into Tom's and catch up with Asher in that next week. Have a look around there, and we'll try and grab some videos as well of what they're up to.
And I saw a picture you put up of there was a picture of you in the back of a ute doing a lap with the track. What's that about, mate? You talked about that a bit to us about that before, how they do their trophies and stuff. Just go through that. Yeah,
so there's the Heat 1 in the V8 at Bradford. I won that first heat. So over here, the winner of each heat race, you park up on the track, get a trophy, and then instead of doing a victory lap like at home in your car, you hop on the back of that ute, and they drive you around for your victory lap with your trophy and the checkered flag. So that's what that's about. And then at each race meeting here, they do, depending on number of cars, but normally 2 heats, a consolation race, a final, and a Grand National. So the top 10 from each heat will go into the final, and then everyone else goes into the consolation, and then like another 10 or 8 cars from that will go to the final. Then the final's 20 laps. the heat races are 16, and then the Grand National, that's like an all-in at the end. So it can be quite busy, and like I was saying earlier, especially running the 2 cars, because they have so many races and the way they do their presentations and that, the meetings don't go as fast as home. So on the weekend, they had V8s and F1s. That's all was on the program for the night. So for me, it made it quite busy. There's no gaps between races. I was just going from car to car, and 16-lap heats and those 20-lap finals, I was pretty knackered.
Back here in New Zealand, we're so used to maybe the 6 or 7 o'clock start traditionally, and we wrap up at around 10, between 10 and 11 o'clock. What kind of hours are you talking over there for fans who turn up and for race drivers like yourself? When do they start racing and ending? What's the kind of work? How's it work?
I think Bradford started about 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
What,
man.
close to about 11 o'clock
I was
midnight?
drive there and do a fee. I was keeping it on time.
Yeah.
I think it was 5, and then went till maybe 9 or 10. But in Venray, over there, man, it was a long day. Practice started at 1. I think racing started at 2:30 or 3, and the meeting stopped at 10 that night, and they had to cancel some of the races. So I just keep saying to people here, man, you guys need to come to New Zealand. The crowd would have got up and left if the meeting took that long in New Zealand.
So there's no hot dog classes or anything like that where some of the crowd here in New Zealand, time to go get a hot dog or go to a toilet or whatnot.
Yeah, not so much. And it just depends what's on, obviously. But in Venray, they had more classes. They're running F1s, F2s. They had their mini stocks, and also with Venray around the outside of the speedway track, there's a kind of like a NASCAR style track, and I can't remember what they call them, but they run these big V8 sedan kind of NASCAR things. So that's what takes quite a lot of time. By the time you get all these cars on and off the track, and then all the officials are on the inside track for stock cars, then all the marshals have to shift positions for the racing on the outside track and that. So totally different experience in Holland. But yeah, the meeting at Bradford, I mean, for me, it went quick. I was racing back to back in it. So yes, but it's definitely a lot different to home, that's for sure.
We're talking stocks, mentioning the word stocks a lot. Is there anything else, how we have super saloons and everything else, or maybe some classes that have a sprint car, modifieds, midgets? Is there anything else aside from stocks over there?
Yeah, there's there's so many different classes here. But what's different, I don't know, some UK people I might get it slightly wrong, but so there's different affiliations. So at home, Speedway New Zealand, we have multiple classes, but we all run under Speedway New Zealand, and the tracks contract the classes. So, at home, there's 5 tracks tonight running Superstocks around the country. Well, over here, there's different sort of associations, and they share the tracks, and the promoters own the track. So Brisker F1 is kind of their own thing. And for example, Bradford was running F1s on Saturday. No other tracks were running F1s. All of the F1s go to Bradford. Sunday they go to Sheffield. So you're rather than at home, we're kind of contracted to a club. Here you're kind of contracted to your class almost, if that makes sense.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So there's V8 hot stocks. Those are the kind of 2 stock car kind of classes. They have saloons here, which they're more like our street stocks. So they're like a road car. And then there's F2s, which they're like a little stock car, but they're quite light. They don't hit as much. They're quite light built. I think they're only 600 kgs. They've got little 4-cylinder engines, but they actually do quicker lap times than the F1s just because they're so small and light, and they handle really well. They do heaps of bangers, which is kind of like street stocks, but more of a demolition derby.
We've seen those. There's
all these other classes as well. They call them hot rods, and I think they have a class they call Superstocks, and there's heaps over there.
Mate, Steve Murray's got one question here. Did they give you a bucket of water on your victory lap?
Nah, no bucket of water, mate. Wasn't that warm.
We're talking trophies. You mentioned trophies for heats and so forth. Hence the reason why one of your video clips, you caught up with the Dutch boys who came over represented at the 240s and at Palmy teams with the Lions. You caught up with those 2 boys, and I tell you what, every shelf in their shed, aside from all the motorsport stuff, from tires, the engines and everything, there was just hundreds of trophies everywhere.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, a lot of guys here have heaps of trophies. I guess, like I was explaining to you, you get a
Yeah.
trophy for every race here and stuff. Whereas back at home, there's only really a trophy at the end of the night, and not even every week. So over here, there's a lot more trophies, and their big meetings. They also have really cool trophies. They like really big cups and that. Just looking at Charlie's the World Final Cup from last year. That thing dates back to, I think it was 1959. So like the
Wow.
history on that trophy, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, I think so that trophy's actually like got insurance on it from Briscoe. I think it's like valued at about £16,000 or like 30 grand or something for that cup. So
Wow.
Shit.
yeah, they're quite impressive trophies. And you would have seen Yelly and Neil's
Yeah.
some of the trophies they had over there from Holland. There's some massive big cups and that. So no, they definitely know how to trophy.
Yeah, mates. Mark Rover, is it bangers and mash for T Mitch?
Bangers and mash yesterday, actually. Yep.
Wicked. Graham Barr even had a win in his car back in 1988. Madu Goodley with the update there. Daniel, Biggs give one on the UK boys, a big hit as well. Epic night, bring on Sunday. There was Zach West, who races with us in our team series online, and heaps of fun that was had as well. So we'll go through some of your questions. Mitch, what's next for you, mate? What's on the agenda for your Wednesday? Well, Wednesday night here. So what's the day looking like for you?
Oh, we're just down in London at the moment. So head to the airport in a couple of hours. My partner Meg and my dad, they're on their way over here. So it's just me and Tony here at the moment. Meg and Dad land about lunchtime, so a couple of hours. Then we're head north. My partner Megan, she's got family here, so I'll drop her off to her family's. Then we're going to head to Barnard's. That's the guy who supplied me the V8 hot stock. So we'll head over there. We had a few things I wanted to change on the car after the weekend, as well as obviously just getting it all prepped and checked. For this weekend, this Saturday, we've got the World Final for the V8 hot stock. So, yeah, we'll shoot there. Got a couple of changes. Put a couple of little Kiwi-style additions on that thing. See how that goes.
Well, I got to love it, mate.
We'll get that done, and then I think probably head back to Sorters. Charlie Sorter, he's provided me the F1. Got a little bit of work to do at his place still. We spent the day Monday there, just on Charlie's own car, tidied up some steel work and fitted up a bunch of tyres and stuff. So just go back and do the rest of the prep there.
Wicked, mate.
Awesome,
Wicked. Hey,
man.
just to clarify for the viewers who are watching, you're not in a local library this morning, are you?
Yeah. No, not in the library, just, staying at a friend of a friend's house here in London. It's got
Wicked.
quite a big art and book collection.
Well, mate, and I know you didn't get tickets to Twickenham. It wasn't worth going to watch in the end. We all had to sacrifice to get out early. I think it was Saturday morning. Then, hey, you take it on the chin, mate. There's a bigger trophy to worry about in a couple of weeks, which will start that tournament. But, mate, how the
we're not
Kiwis
worried
are.
about Rugby World Cups, mate. We're here for the F1 Gold Roof,
Yeah,
eh?
it's the one. It's the one.
Hey, so we've got someone's asking here. What have we got? They've got, what do you get when you win a race, as in prize money? Do they do prize money as well, or is it just the trophy?
I don't know the exact amounts, but I believe you do get prize money. The F1s here, they get £40, so kind of $80 start money. So that's just for showing up to the race meeting. But I'm not sure on the exact dollar figures, but it's definitely not big money or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, man.
And then somebody else has
Just
got.
like any racing, if you're doing it for the money, you're in it
Well,
for the
that's
wrong
right too.
reasons.
Same over here in New Zealand, eh, mate? You don't do it for the prize money here in New Zealand, that's for sure. But they've got someone else has put here. I don't know if you'd know this shit, to be honest, Nicholas. I don't think he's been punted or anything. But who hits harder, us or them?
Oh, it's quite different here, to be honest. I had a little bit of a good one on Saturday. I got fed into a park car pretty hard and definitely felt that one. But you kind of look at their cars and they're not built like ours, so you'd think they'll bend a bit easier. So some of the hits, I think that is the case, but some of them, I don't know, I think also they rattle you a little bit worse. Like last year when I was here, I got fired into the wall at Northampton and being a steel wall, it's like hitting pit gate back at home, but every time, because the wall's steel, it just echoes, it kind of rattles through you really harsh. I mean, the contact is different to home. Maybe some of our hits at home maybe look a little bit more spectacular too, because you put them in the wall and they land in the fence. But it's these boys here, they definitely hit hard. Like when you're racing, they race hard, and you can't hit in the sides like you can at home because you've got your wheels to protect in that. So they're just constantly hitting bumper to bumper, going into the corners to move you. And if you get off the gas a bit, you'll definitely know about it when you got I'm not sure if anyone's explained to you the rooftops, but the fastest guys starting off the back. So you think you start mucking about and you got just a whole pack of red tops who are the fastest guys. They're coming through from the back, trying to get rid of everything in their way. And if you get off the gas a bit early, you got 5 of them pushing you, not one.
Yeah.
Just a couple of quick questions, and we'll let you go because I know you got to head off. Does Mitch feel a bit more of a target now that he's a bit of a proven regular over in the UK now from Wayne Otten?
It's a little bit different here. I don't think it's actually in the rule book, but it's like a respect thing that no one here who's not on the lead lap will hit you. So there's no slowing down and waiting like stock cars at home. So I guess it makes it a little bit harder to target people. The only difference really would be that if they see you as a threat, I mean, when they come to pass you, they're going to hit you twice as hard to make sure they really get rid of you. But look, there's been a few comments and stuff, especially after the V8 on the weekend, kind of being at the front in all my races. But I think, yeah, it's not like home. You know, we're not going to have a bunch of people on the pole line waiting for me or anything.
Yeah. Regan O'Brien, have they found out about ratchet belts over there, or still the old pull downs?
Yeah, most people here have ratchet belts. I don't know how people race without them, to be honest. But fortunately, the cars I've been driving, they do have ratchet seat belts. Although it's interesting, at home, our seat belts expire after 2 years, but over here, they never expire. So pretty much all the seat belts in New Zealand that are expired, we can send over here, and your seat belts could be 10 years old and growing grass, and there's no problems with it.
That's
Hey,
interesting,
Mitch, thank you for. Yeah, it is. It really opens up the eyes. But we'd let you go, mate, because I know you got to go do stuff and go head to pick up the loved ones there. But thanks for joining us Wednesday morning over there, your time, and wish you all the best. And we'll keep in touch and catch up again real soon. And wish you all the best, eh?
No, cheers, guys. Good to talk. And I guess if people want to keep an eye on it, just keep it on my race page.
Yes.
Tony's constantly doing updates there. He's got another video he's making up at the moment. And if there's anything people want to see, just flick us a message or drop it in the comments on our videos. We've got a few workshops that we're not racing out of those workshops, but going to message a few people, try and get some tours of a few of the bigger workshops and that around here. So keep an eye on that. And cheers for your guys' time. Good to talk and be in touch.
Thanks for joining us,
Mate.
Mitch.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Good luck, mate. Well, there we go. Oh, Mitch, I mean, that was good. It was good to hear some of the differences, Kins, wasn't it, from in comparison from over there to here, like I found that interesting that their ratchet belts don't expire. You've got to replace them every couple of years or whatever it is. Shivers. Hey, that's,
I've got a couple of expired Super Saloon belts in my shed. I obtained from down at one Mr. Fluffy Crocot. Just changed. Yeah, really different over there as well. And he's pretty well on target when he sees those boys know how to hit and use their bumpers. And obviously we've seen it when we've been fortunate to have them race over here in our country. And we do know they will be back for 240s, and the Lions will be back as well. So
and
yeah,
also,
on.
we were talking in the back just before we bring Alison in the background. We were talking to Mitch earlier, and he's telling us, that there's a lot of the English guys that want to come over and do the Rees tour. So how cool's that, eh? Just keep an eye on that, people. You want to be a part of the Rees tour in a couple of years. It's going to be really interesting.
Well, the smiles on our next two guests pretty well told you everything before we went on live with the show. We better bring in our first guest to join us, Alison Robson from Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway, the president. She's sitting in the background there with us right now. Alison, good evening. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good evening, guys.
We better start off with the way Booker wrapped up talking to Mitch. Just hearing that news, you kind of got a bit of an insight word that that would be good for South Island and part of the Rees tour to have some of the UK drivers come over. How awesome would that be?
That would be really awesome for us in the Deep South.
Yeah.
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 It's pretty nice down there. 15 degrees today, they tell me.
It does get warmer.
I hope so, because I need it to be warmer when I come down for that restore. I can tip you.
I'll ask for good weather for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's so lovely down there, you know, and I can't say nothing wrong about South Island. It's such a beautiful place. The people are friendly, and yeah, I just love it down there. You know, I don't know why the hell there's a difference between the South and the North Island. South Island is just so lovely. It's awesome. You got to get down there, Books. You better get down there.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk Riverside Speedway. How's the off season been going for you guys down there?
Yeah, no, it's been pretty good actually, pretty busy, you know, once the end of your season finishes and then to get ready for your next season. So just getting, you know, your calendar sorted, and you've got to communicate with the other tracks to make sure you don't have clashes, and then get your track ready and your grounds ready, then get everyone on board and have some working bees, make sure all your gear's ready for your infield and things like that. So pretty busy.
Just go back to last season for me, please, Alison. In regards to the wet weather, we suffered a fair bit up this way. Was it a major impact for your track down there the last season?
No, not at all. We only had one rain off, so that was really good. Couple of days we did have late starts because of the weather, but the guys got out on track and got it ready, and then had lots of good comments about our track once they got out racing.
Yeah. It's always good to get good feedback, eh? It means so much, makes it all worth it.
Yeah. Makes all the effort that everyone puts in worthwhile.
Yeah.
We've had your game your track put into our online racing game as well. So that's our man made your track and put it in the game as well. So it's quite interesting to race on online as well. So it's I don't know if you've seen that or not, but we've had a series online where we've had racing around Riverside Speedway.
It's cool fun. A lot of people comment on it, you know, because we're from a simulation community as well. We've been just recently running a series, and the comments we get from real drivers who race with us is right up there. The feedback's been bloody awesome, and they put the track down. Yeah, that's just like the real thing. So cool, that's awesome. Yeah, it is good. Let's talk about the season, how things are being developed. You know, obviously plenty going on there. I see the opening going to be underway October, so not far away. Then pretty well into from November, December, right through to April.
Yeah, no, it's pretty full on season. We've got 11 meetings on our calendar. So we've got 2 rounds of the Southern Sprint Car Series, 11th of November and 16th of March. So hopefully they'll put on a really good show for us. And then we have the Debbie Webster Super Cup, which is the 19th of November, and that's a Sunday. And we have our Saloon Series as well, and that's on another Sunday, the 3rd of December. And then as our yearly one, we have our fireworks display, which is Thursday, the 28th of December. So along with all our other race meetings we have, so pretty good looking calendar, really.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And have you got plenty of people, volunteers helping you out this season? You don't need to do a shout out to get more volunteers or anything. You guys are quite set for the season, are you?
Yeah, we've got quite a few on board this season. So I mean, like a lot of other things, you can't go out and do things without your volunteers. So yeah, really grateful that they all come on board and help us. And this season we've got a fire crew coming down from Ruapuna to help us out as well. So that'll be good.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wicked. And I do know too, you've got Jason, the team, always doing live streaming and helping you out as well.
Yep, no, they're really good as well, and they'll come and help us if they're not filming and not busy.
Yeah.
So always appreciate their help as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the drivers appreciate all of that as well, you know, because down at the bottom of the South, they want to get out there and do what they need to do, and whatever that feedback may be in regards to track preparation. Well, you know, if you're way down the bottom, you got to get out there, do the ovals. You're in the same boat as every single other driver in every other class, aren't you? Just get out there and do what you need to do.
Yep, exactly. More hands make light work.
Yeah, yeah. Are you enjoying your role being the president? How long have you been the president?
Just going into my 2nd season. So yeah,
wow.
I do enjoy it. Very lucky that I've got a really awesome committee behind me that helped me out. Chris is vice president. He's absolutely brilliant. So, and he's been in the racing scene for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's really good to have a lot of help.
It's well spoken by some of the drivers up in the north. And if I talk about the saloon class, there's a lot of good comments and good feedback about the track down there as well. They seem to love it, and everyone just seems to enjoy themselves, and you're right down the bottom of the country, but you're digging in deep and you're doing the hard yards.
Yep, certainly do.
Hey, obviously all the information that was delivered and spoken about, you've got a social media Facebook page and the website, that's all out there as well.
Yep, definitely. Daryl's awesome. He does our Facebook and he does a lot of promotion, and he talks a bit on Facebook before we have each race meeting and let the fans know what's coming up. So it's always out there. We have signs around the town so people know when our next races are as well.
It's a well-known town when it comes to motorsports. And if I talk about one particular classic motorbike and everything like that, I've been to Invercargill. You've got the Transport Museum, you've got the motorbike Mecca place there as well. You got so much. Everyone just loves it. And I've spoken to people down there in businesses when I was getting a haircut down there as an example. And once I mentioned a bit about Speedway, man, I couldn't stop them bloody talking. It's good to have the public in your town talking about motorsports in general.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like normally always have a big crowd and same people all the time. Fans just love it.
Yeah. Got to keep the fans happy, eh?
Yep, definitely. Got to put on a good show for them and they'll keep coming back and back.
Wicked. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I know I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. And no doubt this won't be the last time we catch up. We will have another chat with some more exciting events happening and keep in touch with you. So wish you all the best and jump on the Facebook. We'll share some of the information up on our page as well. Take care and thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah. Thank you, Alison.
Awesome.
And if you have anything that you want us to help you do, just give us a bell and we're happy to promote any events you have coming up during the season as well. So we thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Alison.
You've done well.
That's awesome. That was Alison from Riverside Speedway. They got a really good season coming up this season too, and I was looking at their calendar and bits and pieces and reading up a bit of information about it, and I really can't wait to get down there and go visit that track myself. And I can't wait to get down to a lot of the South Island tracks, so it's quite exciting to do it. And and for those that are just joining us or have joined us, we're doing this every week. We're going to get promoters on from each track. We're working our way up from the bottom of the south up to the top to let you all know what they have going on in their neck of the woods. So if you're a fan and you want to go watch their speedway and you want to hear about their calendars, this is what we're doing. So shall we bring our next man in, Kins?
Yep, just head up the road to Dunedin, Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Matt Stewart's going to join us right now. Hey, Matt, and thank you for being patient, mate. I know you've been sitting in the back there for a little while. You got to hear the news from Mitch and what he's been doing in the UK. You just heard Alison speak about what's happening down at Riverside. Just the same question, though, that excitement, though, that Mitch was saying that to have some of the drivers from the UK come over and be part of that Rees tour. How cool would that be, for your track?
Oh, it'd be massive. Yeah, it'd be cool. We don't have Superstocks down this far down the country, so I think Christchurch is the closest track with Superstock. So it's been since Mitch was here and the Rees Tour was the last time we had Superstocks here, but it's actually exciting this year. We've got a Targa Superstocks in the calendar for this year. Harley Robb and Malcolm Nartai and that from Christchurch are making it happen. So we've got about 10 to 12 confirmed for the first time since the Rees Tour was here last time. So yeah, that'll be a new thing for our crowd, which would be cool.
That's very cool.
Mate, I've just popped up the calendar and you got a bit of practice coming up. Hell, it's not even a month away. The 23rd of September practice will get underway and you got to practice with Bathurst and holy hell, you're just starting early.
Yep, no, we do it every year, so get into it early and we're normally one of the first tracks up and running, but it's good. We normally get a few travelling drivers that want to try their cars out before their opening meetings and stuff. So, we're ready to go. Looking forward to it.
You've been in the role for more than 2 years, and then Alison, in a new role. How long you been in the president's seat, mate?
Yeah, quite a while now. I think this is
Yeah.
my 8th year
Oh.
as president and 17th year on committee. So yeah, been around for a fair while now.
Street stocks, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's the heart of our club down here. It's one of our biggest
Yeah.
classes. So yeah, no, it's good.
I tell
Are
you,
you
you certainly
still
know that
peddling?
street stocks are there when the South Island comes against the North Island with street stocks, don't you? I mean, man, it's brutal.
Yeah, no, it is. It's something that I guess the South Island's prided itself on over the years. We're a pretty good, hard, fast racing, but yeah, we're when we have to use the bumpers, we will, and it's proven over the years. But the North Island has come a long way. There's they've got some big classes now and some grid drivers. So we caught up with a few of them down Blenheim this year, and yeah, the North Island class has come a long way in a few years. So look forward to getting up to Wellington and having a good hit out with those guys up there this year.
Are you still behind the wheel though? Even though you're the president of the club, you still get out there and do a bit of racing?
Yep, no, I still race street stocks. Yeah, raced it for 20-something odd years now. So yep, whole family races. I've got a wife that races a production, and my 2 daughters are starting into street stocks this year. They've just come out of youth, and so yeah, it's all go around here.
That's awesome.
Hey, street stock family doing it down there in Beachlands. Hey, that's cool.
So,
Wow,
I'll have to ask. So you reckon if they get a chance, they'll spin Dad or what?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Mate, let's talk about some of your events. I see you got a bit of sprint cars, fireworks, you got the Christmas trophy, you got a lot going on, Extreme Dirt Series, and mate, go through some of your big stuff that's happening.
Yeah, well, I guess we don't have any championships this year, and I guess with the way the rotation is, being a smaller club, we've only got a few grades that we're eligible for championships, and we had sort of a few of them last year. So, we got to rely on some of our local meetings. But yeah, we're looking forward to. We've got the sprint cars, so we don't contract them, but we've got a good relationship with the series. So we've got them a couple of 3 times this year. The Super Saloons with the Super Saloon Cup, and obviously this year with the great series, the Extreme Dirt Series coming here for the first time. So we all look forward to that. We've got a big fireworks meeting, which is also our I Am Hope round. Something that we're really big on down here. It's about our 3rd or 4th year now supporting I Am Hope. So we do a big drive, and we sell stickers to the drivers to display in their cars, and give some of our gate tape to I Am Hope and things. So I think last year we raised just under $7,000 for them. So
wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's something that we're really big on, and we look forward to that meeting every year. So it's something that in motorsport we're all think we're the manly men type thing, and we don't talk about this stuff enough. So it's something that we encourage the drivers, especially in the youth class, start them young. That it's okay to not be okay, and have those conversations. So yeah, something that we're very proud to be a part of, and it turns into a big thing, and all the drivers get right behind it, which is awesome.
That's awesome. I'm a big fan of and supporter. Myself and Kins, we're both big supporters of I Am Hope. I did a thing with Regan O'Brien last year where he did a big promotion out of his business with his for I Am Hope, and we're great supporters of that. So when that meeting comes up, we'd love to probably help you promote that one, because things like that, myself and Reno or Kins here are very keen to help with stuff like that. So you can pencil us in if you want to do a show building up to that event too. So Matt, we're very, very strong supporters of that, aren't we, Kinser?
Yeah, 100% all the way with that. And I like what you've named on your program here. You got Battle of the Street Stocks. This is in April. Young and the Restless, Stock Car Man of Steel. You got a chain race going on. And you right back at the top, you got the Bathurst stuff going on. Wait, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so these are some of the events. As I say, being a smaller club, you can't rely on those big, the big dollar New Zealand champ meetings. So you got to create your own. So the Battle of the Street Stock weekend is probably our biggest weekend now. It's where we have 34 to 36 street stocks. So you have the local drivers would pair up with an out-of-town driver. So it's been going good guns, and Jason from the pits gets right behind and live streams that. So if you haven't seen it, it's probably some pretty brutal racing. There's not much room on the track when there's 34 cars on the track at once, and it's really cool. And the Young and the Restless is something that we've started a couple of years ago. So it's basically a pairs up. So we pair up a youth saloon driver with the street stock pairs and their points over the weekend, and we encourage the street stock drivers to go over and introduce themselves and help out and give tips and that to the young men and ladies in the youth saloon grade, and then vice versa, the youth saloon drivers go over and talk to the street stock drivers and stuff. So it's a really good atmosphere, and it's a really cool event, and it's something that the kids really look forward to, and to be a part of that. And this year we're also doing a King and Queen of the Clay for production. So we're also quite big on supporting females and youth and females in motorsport. And this year so we have the men in one group and the women in one group, and they'll battle it out for the King and Queen of the Clay. So it's something we're starting this year, which we're looking forward to as well.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love what you're saying. It's really everyone's involved, and obviously sounds like it's a great family track, and I'm looking at your price structures, everything. It's really family generated, isn't it? And obviously that's led by you when you got your own family out there on the track, and mate, it's real cool to be family driven, eh?
Yeah, it's a big focus of the community. It's been that way for a long time. It's the family. It's what it's about, and that's the kids bring along their parents. So the easy way to get people in the gate is entice the kids along, and there's nothing more annoying than a kid that wants to go somewhere. So parents always give in and drag them along. And if you normally get one parent, you normally get the other one. So another thing that we're doing this year, which is we brought it back from years ago, is the principals race. So we've got 12 local principals that are coming out to the track this year, and they'll be jumping in a street stock for a race. So we'll be taking some cars along to the schools. The schools can see the cars. The principals are making up. The schools make up some banners and have banner competitions and watch their teachers out on the track. So, yeah, that's something that's we're looking forward to this year.
What a fantastic idea, Kins, eh?
It's brilliant.
I think that's absolutely freaking brilliant. Going around the schools, get the kids involved. They'll all go there to watch their principal. There'll be bloody kids everywhere. That'd be a fantastic meeting. I'll tell you what, if Jason streams out at the Pits Media, I'll be tuning into that one, because that's freaking awesome. I love that idea. So simple to get your communities involved, and it makes it so much more family and community, doesn't it? It's just fantastic. That's really impressed me, Matt. I really like that idea. I'm actually quite blown away by that. I think that's freaking awesome. I really do. My grandkids would love it, mate. My grandson would go off his absolute trolley if a street stock or race car turned up at his school or kindy. I think that's fantastic. Really,
that's good.
Hey, it's really got me. I love it. I'm really impressed,
it's
actually.
Just cheap, right? It's just cheap. It doesn't cost you anything, and to get a car along to a school and then hand out a whole lot of free kids passes to come along. So we're doing. We've got a sticker book this year, so we've got all the drivers are buying in to have a photo of their car made into stickers, and then we've got a big book that we go and give away to the kids. And then every meeting we hand out. We're releasing a couple of different drivers each meeting, and they collect them and they can swap them. And over the year, and they come into the pits, and there's a place in the book for the drivers to sign below and stuff like that. So it's just trying to get the kids involved, and our youth grade's really strong. Like we've got 20 youth saloons this season, and out of them, I think 15 of them are new to the sport. Last year we lost 8. I think it was 8 that came out. They grew out the age limit. So, but all of them have gone into adult classes. So we haven't lost any of them. So, it's massive to grow. That's how you grow your sport, and you grow generations. Some of the kids that are in the youth saloons now are third generation kids. With their fathers and grandfathers and all that have raced before them. So to see the third generation come through in the youth is pretty cool as well.
Mate, you've just continued on generations of what you've just told us is blowing us away. You've just carried on that positive stuff about the track and the teachers. That's the easiest way to connect with those bloody kids at school and get into the track. You're going to be selling out of hot dogs, mate. Trust me. And chips, you're going to be doing really well. And what you're doing with the kids in the schools, Wow, hey, Books, that's...
Mate,
Oh,
I'm
I wanna
just
jump in your
sitting there
camper van and
thinking,
head
you know,
down there.
like, I'm just sitting there thinking, you know, like, there's a lot of tracks or even just people around this country that could really take a lesson from Matt and his team about how positive they are and the way they do things, family orientated, community orientated. It's a lesson that the whole country could take on board, not just speedway tracks. I think I think your attitude, Matt, and the way you guys do things down there is just, after talking to you tonight, is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's just, I love that. I love that, keeping the kids involved, keeping the fans involved, because here at Kokpit, that's what me and Kinser are about. We're here about promoting the sport and keeping the fans, trying to bring the fans closer to the drivers and things like that. And you're doing that by involving all this that you're doing and the I Am Hope, and it's just fantastic. I think it's a fantastic club. I really do. I take my hat off to you and your team, Matt. I really do.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a really good committee and a good promotions team now. We've just started up that, you know, all these new fresh ideas, and you know, it's just, as I say, being a small club, you sometimes you got to think outside the box a wee bit to bring the people in. You know, we don't have the necessary big dollar grades and stuff, so you know, we make do with what we've got, and so it's getting that families involved. And you know, on the I Am Hope night, we have bouncy castles and face painters, and I think this year we've got the balloon animal, balloon pippity pop lady from the TV show that's coming along to make balloon animals and for the kids, and so yeah, it's a good environment. You know, it's, as I say, you start them young, and that's where you grow future speedway enthusiasts from, is, you know, getting them involved when they're a young man or lady, and you know, eventually, hopefully, they come out and join the youth saloon grade and keep filling up our adult grades as a few of us move on and retire. These guys can come in and jump in the seat and keep the club going.
And I'll just say that too, those that sit out the outside of those bloody sand dunes, get inside the track, help these guys out for the effort they're doing. Hey, I see that all the time. Hey, you know, they sit on your bloody sand dunes on the outside. Get in there. Get in the track, you buggers.
No, it's a frustrating thing that you can't stop it, I suppose. But it is frustrating.
Mate, I can't wait to get down. I'm actually excited to get down there a bit earlier now, Kins, to be honest. I want to, after talking to Matt, I actually am keen to get down there earlier and jump in my bloody bus and hit the road. Get on that bloody ferry.
Just put into perspective, when we touched on that, the sand dunes, obviously the name gives it away, Beachlands Speedway, you're right by the beach. Does the effect of the ocean or the water have any effect on the track, just for those up in the north who don't really understand? Because some are kind of just jumping on board through the comments I've seen here, mate. It's like, wow, you got this thing going on down there. Does that have any effect with the racing at all? You know what I'm talking about, the ocean and the water or whatever?
Yeah, because literally from our infield to the beach is only about 30, 40 metres outside our fence. So the beach is literally right there. It does a bit tidal. So it does help us later on the night. When the tide comes back in, it does pump the water back up into the track. So our track crew have got really good at reading that, and they read the tides and when they're going to come in and out. And we've got some fishermen in our club that help with good forecasts on the tide. So yeah, prepping our track is definitely it's a challenge, but the guys do a really good job. They've done it for a long time, and they know how to read all that. But yeah, it does affect the track.
Right. So we've got because I don't know if you heard before, we talked about how we're also an online racing speedway game as well, and our man Steve Emmett, Old Dirty NZ, has built your track as well, and he talked to old Fluffy Mark Grocott a bit about the track when he was designing the track and doing it, and he said how you come out of turn 2 and it can pull you to the wall. Is that right? So Dirt's made it so the track and online will do that to you as well and pull you out there. So yeah, it's actually quite cool how he's done it. But man, it's awesome. The whole package. Your guys Beachlands Speedway sounds like the whole package, the way you do things. So yeah, it's very cool. There are a lot of nice comments as well, Matt, in the on the page here. People saying that you're
So
a
it's
great leader and the way you guys
Yeah.
do things are fantastic. So you got a lot of support there as well, which is good, because I think, Akins, when you've got a group of people and someone doing this type of thing, you really do need to support them 100%, don't you?
Oh, 100%. You know, as I mentioned, Pits Media, Jason's been typing away here,
Yeah.
Matt, quite a bit. You know, just a couple of things here. He's been saying referee's a bit average, though, but Jay's just being cheeky. You know, Caleb Marsh has given a bit of flack back as well. And hope you don't get a tsunami. We could get a bit wet down there. You know, it's always good to have a bit of fun. Ken Newsom, lol. Boat stocks. He's Jace jumping in there. It's just about having fun. I'll tell you what, your track, everything, it's all about having fun, and what you've incorporated, what you've actually told us tonight is blowing us away. And mate, you got it going on. You've really got it going on. I'm looking at your calendar and I'm going to work a few things out. I'm pretty sure the two of us can get down there and be part of this. Yeah, awesome, mate.
That's cool. And it's like we're a small club trying to do bigger things. And I think like last year, our stock car team went north for the first time.
Yes.
Made its debut at the Huntley teams last year. And, they did themselves very proud. So, it just shows, we've got the likes of Ricky Bolton, who contracts to us. He does great things in the Super Saloon. So, we've got a lot of drivers that, being a small club, we've still got a lot of good drivers that, are very competitive on a national level. Like our street stock team won the teams in Christchurch last year. We've got some saloon drivers that are very competitive. So, even though we're a small club, we've got some good gear now, some really good cars, some great drivers. It was good to see them up in the North Island doing a bit more. We've got a good contingent of cars coming up to Wellington for the New Zealand street stocks. I think it's about 18 odd Dunedin cars heading north for that. Our stock car team's off to Auckland to try again at the teams thing. So, we do get out and about. So,
I think we had your stock car team on the show, didn't we? Didn't we have them on the show? We did last year.
Try-Zan and a couple of others.
That's right. Yeah.
Mark Taylor,
Daniel Curran, old Devs, he was asking if you are going to Wellington.
Yep.
Yeah,
we're taking the car up to Wellington, and it's say there's about 18 of us from Dunedin making the trek up north. Hopefully the ferries pay the ball, because it was a nightmare to get the Outlaws over to Huntley. So
right. I remember that now. Yeah. They need to sort those ferries out for our speedway season. That's for sure. 100%.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
They're still bloody breaking down right now as we speak. There's the odd bloody issue going on, and I don't know. Things might change after October 14. We'll have to wait and see. I'll leave it at that. Just leave it at that. You can say whatever you want to bloody
get
say.
That Councillor Wilkinson onto it.
I'll be into it. Otago Cougars coming back. Oh, I don't know, mate. But they're doing what they're doing down there. Wonderful at this stage. Yeah, I remember the Otago Cougars where I stayed at the pavilion. The Cougars always stayed there in their cars, and it was always catch up with, what was his name? The Hitman, I think his name was. Fellow Inns.
Donnie and no Inns. Yep.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, the Inns boys. I remember them. Good times, fun times, but they're always a bloody dag. Mate, it's been a pleasure talking to you tonight on the show. I tell you what, you really opened the eyes, not only with Speedway, but to everyone out there in general, how you're focused with your well-deserved comments that we've received in our comments. Mate, hats off to you and your team. You're doing extremely well, and I wish you all the best, and you got it going on. Us two guys are going to come down there, mate.
Yeah,
It's a plan for sure.
I look forward to coming down there and watching a meeting one day. 100%, actually, Matt. I'm really looking forward to that now. Yeah.
No, we'll look forward to having you. And just want to, I guess, a big shout out to our club down here, our committee, and our promotions team and everything. Without those guys, we wouldn't be the club we are, and all our members and volunteers. So, any of them are watching, thanks for everything you do for us. We really appreciate it. And thanks for what you guys do. It's good.
No worries. Have you got enough volunteers this season, mate?
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. We've got a pretty good loyal base of volunteers and things. So we're still like anywhere. We're just trying to get some more Speedway New Zealand officials. We've had a few leave for personal things. So Caleb Marsh was one. He's now joined the committee and promotions. So ECNZ's loss is the club's gain. So just trying to replace the likes of that. But Other than that, we've got a good loyal base of volunteers. The club always steps up. If we lose one, there's always a club member that wants to jump in and lend a hand on race night. So, we're never short of people wanting to do things. So it's the joy of our wee club here.
Awesome.
Mate, I'll tell you how I know you're doing something good. I'm looking at your Beachland sponsors here, and I'm a councillor for the council up here. You've got the bloody Dunedin City Council on there as a sponsor. I'm thinking you got all your other wonderful sponsors there, but to get a council, when we do the series of what we're doing, traveling through the tracks, I'm going to keep an eye on how many other bloody tracks have councils officially helping out as a sponsor. There wouldn't be that many, mate. There wouldn't be that many. The old ratepayers were jumping up and down. Wicked. Hey, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Matt. Wish you all the best. Safe travels on your journey traveling in the country. I know you're heading up towards Wellington with the other 18 drivers from memory, but mate, all I can say is you got it going on. So beachlandspeedway.co.nz, the website, or follow them on Facebook. Keep up to date. And as mentioned, Jason, the Pits Media team will be doing some of the live coverage there as well. Thank you. And this won't be the last time we catch up, mate. I can guarantee you that. As Booker would say, I can tip you that, mate.
Yeah, I'll give you that tip. Hey, cheers, Matt. Thanks for taking the time, mate. Awesome. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Wicked.
Cheers.
Hey, for those who have just jumped on to our show earlier in the piece, if you missed it, we headed over to the UK and caught up with one of our 4 drivers over there. Mitch Vickery joined us. It was a Wednesday morning. He's got to pick up his lovely
Tuesday
family from
for
the
him,
airport. Mate. Yeah, Wednesday, 8 o'clock is the time. So he's just woken up. Yeah, 13-hour difference is the difference there. And so we had a good chat with him. Then we had Alison Robson join us from, of course, Riverside down at Invercargill there. And as you heard, Matt Stewart from Beachlands and Dunners join us. So we'll continue on our journey through the South Island. We'll try and get Cromwell on with us next week and travel on through. Then we'll make it up to the north.
Next week we're going to try and get, we'll probably get, what do we got? We got set here. Well, if we can get them on, otherwise I'd say we'll get Woodford Glen. I know they're going to talk to us, Ruapuna.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll keep going up the island and talk to these tracks, because I tell you what, if they any more of these South Island tracks are running like Matt and his team down there, I think South Island's the place to be for Speedway at the moment, mate. Hey?
Yeah, that blew me away, actually.
It did.
Really
I think it's, honestly, it's just freaking awesome. Hey, it really is. It's, I like
it encompasses what we're about with the show, you know? Yeah. Everything he said had value and merit to it, and it's what the show is about. That's why we bring the show every Wednesday. We enjoy bringing the show because it's people like Matt and teams, and we'll most really discover some of this as our journey travels up the country, you know, and this is why we do what we do on a Wednesday, 7:30. So, yeah, mate, awesome. Bloody awesome.
Fantastic. Okay, team, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. We thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night for In the Cockpit with Kinser's Shed Night. We have the finals of our teams racing on Sunday night. I will start my presentations and that from about 8:15 on Sunday night for the finals. If you saw it last week, you'll know it's going to be exciting this week because, man, I'll have to take a few drinks on to keep my voice going. I think this time I got a bit carried away and a bit excited, shall we say, for the racing. But Kins, mate, it's been a great night again.
Yeah, another good night. And, of course, in a couple of weeks, Saturday, the 9th of September, we'll be live from our headquarters just down the road from where Booker is. We'll do our prize giving live from that Saturday afternoon. We'll do a bit of a build-up and we'll get into things and have some fun with some of the drivers who are going to make the trip to mental shed, as some would say, and enjoy ourselves. You know, it's good to come together and celebrate our successes online and what we've been up to and what we've been doing and what's going to be coming up, and just really catch up and enjoy ourselves as our community with Kokpit online and media as well. But take care, everyone. Spring is just around the corner.
Yeah, spring is about to be officially sprung.
Yeah, I'll be sneezing. Hay fever.
Don't forget the big blue moon too, Kins, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I started watching it tonight. I think it was tonight, but it's tomorrow. So check that out because you've got a clear sky. Check it out. It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, just quickly, a big shout out to dads out there as well. Father's Day this coming Sunday, so don't forget about that. And yeah, hey,
you
good
bloody
old
kids out
dads.
there, don't forget your fathers.
Cheers, everyone, for the comments. Thanks for the wonderful comments. And yeah, I'll be back in block mode there, Wayne, doing my thing. Woo! Fun time. Take care, everyone. See
Thanks,
ya.
guys.
Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your all every time. And
When you're young and you get in your old man Superstock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Nanny. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?